What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another week of Hero or Zero here on the Heroes for Hire podcast. My name is Sean Meehan, and joining me as always is the ultimate warrior, Mr. Conor Lawler.
In terms of warrior, am I one of those people that like runs across all those bridges and like goes over obstacles, or am I like samurai can kill people? I just want to be clear on my character before I start improv.
It's the yes and is strong. You're the guy who thinks he can do the obstacle course.
Well, that's true. No, that's actually you.
True.
I'm in the improv class going, sorry, what's the backstory? I don't think my character would do that.
Yeah. What's my origin? What's my motivation here?
Give me a location. Hospital. I wouldn't be there.
I'm not sick.
I'm not sick.
Next.
So this is Hero Zero. This is the show where we choose one comic book character every single week. We talk their good points and their bad points, and we generally just give you a bit of a rundown of everything to do with that character. Now, this week is a little bit different because we've bullied Sean because he made the grave mistake of getting married.
I wouldn't call it that, Conor, and neither would
people were saying it on the day. I'm only relaying what your parents said to me in private.
Of course.
But he made the grave mistake of getting married, which means we missed several episodes of recordings, because imagine that, trying to sell that to our loved ones to say, well, we have things to do.
I did get married on a Friday, so...
Selfish bastard. So, I suppose, in comeuppance, to get his comeuppance.
Yeah.
Right, and in retribution, what he's decided to do is Sean's going to do something very special for us today. Now, if you remember last year, Sean, what did you cover last year in 3 episodes? I think it was one of our fan favourites, most listened to episodes of all time.
Honestly, if we look back at last year, it's one of the things I'm most proud of, is that I covered Secret Wars 2015, the comic book run. I summarised the whole story over the course of 3 episodes, about 90 minutes if anyone cares to listen to it.
And so you did that last year, and what a lot of people may not realise is that now Secret Wars is the next Avengers thing as well, so that's like in the big movie, so this is kind of all working together, Sean. But I don't give a shit about the 2015 one. That seemed good. What I found in my research, and what a lot of our listeners quite very cleverly pointed out, Sean, to us, is that that's not the only civil war that's ever happened in comic books.
There's been a couple of secret... They're not that secret, it turns out, these wars.
Yes.
So there was...
Actually, by the way, I said civil war, secret war. That's what I meant.
I was going to brush over it. It's fine.
Civil war's another thing.
Civil war's another thing. Look, we'll do that if I ever fuck up again. I'll do Civil War.
Just play the DVD.
But, in the original... I say the original. In our first telling of a Secret Wars story,
yes,
I said, I believe, kick me in the balls if I ever suggest talking about Secret Wars 1984.
Yeah.
And no one has done that, so now I have to do this.
That is correct. And we kind of bullied you into just through peer pressure that now, as you said, you took time off, and through that time off, I hope you enjoyed it. Because now we have to sit through. I say we have to sit through, but you have to put together a report talking about, I think it's the 1987?
84.
84.
Yeah.
Marvel's Secret Wars. Now, I mean, they're not so secret. They're fairly out there, but I know for a fact that these are some of the greatest comic books ever written.
They are certainly 12 of the comic books ever written. Before we get into it, I do just want to shout out thank you to everyone on Patreon who supports the show. They all help us to keep these ad-free. They help us to pay for the hosting and things like that. So, literally, without them, this show wouldn't be happening.
And actually, this week, Sean, I literally, like yesterday or the day before, April's movie dropped, so every month we do a movie review, and the patrons throw all the movies ideas at us. We pick one out of a hat, we give it a review, and last month's movie review, I'm saying last one now, it's technically May, it was yesterday, we reviewed Solo, a Star Wars movie.
Indeed we did. A Star Wars story.
A Star Wars whatever it is.
That's a Star Wars movie.
You get the gist, it's Solo.
It's Solo. You remember Solo that came out when they were just making everything at the time?
Yeah. And they were like, we're going to print money forever. And so we went back to see if that still holds up. And by still, I mean, is it good this time?
I will say it's aged like a mild wine, is how I would describe it.
It's aged like an Aldi €10 wine.
Yes, which you found and you're delighted, like, oh, class, I have wine now.
Oh, unreal, back in the cover. Here we go.
But that's up there. There's also a whole bunch of other movie reviews and stuff like that up there, if you want to check it out.
Yes.
What else? As always, like, follow on Spotify or whatever podcast platform you're listening on. Also rate us 5 stars on whatever podcast platform you're listening on. It really helps us out.
Yes.
We're going for 205 stars by the summer solstice. Otherwise, Conor has to eat a whole tin of beans on microphone.
I was wondering why you were being professional and doing all of that stuff, and then now I've realised it was the setup.
Look, I'm a whore for a bit. What can I say?
I had a moment where I was like, oh, he's doing really well.
I'm really proud of him, actually.
I'm really proud of him.
Marriage is good for this, man.
I'm like, maybe he's a changed man. Maybe he's going to try.
Nah, he's still a prick.
Okay, Sean. I think that's everything. So now we can all sit back and enjoy. And maybe just you teach us. We're all sitting around the learning tree here. I want to know what happens in this story from before I was born.
Yes, so we need to go back to 1984, probably 1983, if we're really looking at it. Because Secret Wars was Marvel's first ever company-wide crossover event. And it was also actually the first crossover event to include every company property in the history of comics. It was developed because in 1984, DC Comics made a deal with Kenner Products to develop the Superpowers collection. So they made action figures of your Batmans and your Supermans and your Wonder Womans. Mattel, the competing toy company, was concerned that they had lost the DC account to Kenner. So they were like, oh, well, that's the other comic book company, I guess.
Who's the other recruiter selling filing cabinets?
Yeah, Marvel in the 80s was like, it was touch and go for a bit.
No money.
So Mattel requested that the line of toys would be supported with an event comic book that would include the words Secret and Wars, which Mattel's market research found worked well with children.
To be fair, and I'm not giving them an out here, but all things that are aimed towards men, I find, have those kind of verbiage attached to them. Like, attack sauce. Let's get this fucking sauce in your food.
Yeah, like men's deodorant, men's face creams, all of this stuff. It's called like Bulldog and shit. Also, there's a line. Do you remember the cartoon The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy?
Yes.
There is a line in that where Billy says, and his name will be Commander Wolverine Lightning Bolt, because that's the coolest name in the world.
I mean, I'm not disagreeing.
He's not wrong. So, Marvel editor-in-chief at the time, Jim Shooter, dog of a man, terrible man to work for, had a rule, no gays in comics was his mandate in Marvel. Yeah, very strange. He's dead now, it's fine.
Ironically, you let the gay shoot their shot. Come on, Jim.
That's what we've been saying. Shooter, what are we doing? So he came up with the concept for a year-long 12-issue crossover called Secret Wars, in which Marvel's most popular heroes and villains would be plucked out of their daily lives to a distant galaxy. They would be given alien weapons and technology and then forced to fight each other. So it's just... This whole comic series is essentially, hey, it's kids playing with Marvel toys. There's no real continuity. There's no real, like, civilian stakes or anything like that. They're in a separate place doing a separate thing. And
really, what I'm getting from this, it was entirely to sell the collection of 12 toys or 15 toys of the characters that they get moved.
We will touch on that, but yes, this was all a promotional effort for the Secret Wars line of toys.
Okay.
And actually, the toy line impacted the look and direction of some of the characters. So, Jim Shooter introduced the idea of a new black costume for Spider-Man, which was not intended to last for long, but Mattel was very enthusiastic because it allowed them to sell 2 versions of the same toy.
I hate Jim Shooter.
By the
way, also, do you think he was like red and blue, too gay? Make it black.
Guys, I'm just worried. I'm worried that comics might be too gay.
I'm worried that if he puts that in with the wash with the whites, it might come out pink. I just want to be clear, lads. Black.
I want the strongest, most manly colour there is.
Black or grey.
Black or grey. But Mattel then, like, they could do one version of Spider-Man that is painted blue and red, and then the same plastic model just painted black.
I mean, that's literally all toys now. They literally came up with that concept.
They came up with Fortnite skins, is what I'm saying.
Bastards. Right, here we go.
So the alien costume was later revealed to be a living creature who separated from Spider-Man to become a new character known as Venom.
So
that is the reason Venom exists, is Mattel's heavy-handed
because Jim
cheapness.
Shooter thought red and blue was too gay. And they had to work backwards.
They work backwards from that. It's like,
why does he have a black suit? I suppose I don't know. So ink monster goo. I mean, Aliens come out recently. We could probably copy some of that.
Yeah, probably capitalise on the success of Ridley Scott's Aliens.
Yeah, why not?
So at Mattel's request, Marvel designed updated high-tech costumes for Iron Man and Doctor Doom. Mattel also requested new female characters. And so Marvel introduced two villains, Titania and Volcana, as well as a new version of Spider-Woman, Julia Carpenter.
Right.
So it's crazy how much of like shit that was like, hey, Mattel wants us to make this so they can sell toys, has now become like deeply entrenched in Marvel.
And like has
lore.
so many knock-on effects for the next 50 years.
However, none of the three female characters was produced as part of the toy line.
Well, to see, women, it's women.
They don't sell.
To be fair to Jim, right? He doesn't discriminate. Gays and women.
Gays and women. Gay women. Oh, no.
He only has one group that he likes. And they're not the colour of the Spider-Man suit as well, just to let you know.
Look, we won't put that on the man. We're not quite sure.
I'm going to fill in a few holes here, Sean. He has one very specific group.
So while dozens of characters were involved in the miniseries, Mattel's initial Secret Wars run only included 8 characters. 4 heroes, so Spider-Man, Iron Man, Captain America and Wolverine, and 4 villains, Doctor Doom, Dr. Octopus, Kang the Conqueror and Magneto. It also featured several vehicles, as well as figures later in the series that never actually appeared in the comics. So Mattel just kind of started making action figures, and
well, I mean, that's exactly
wasn't actually tied into the comics at all.
It's crazy because that is, to me, that is all 90s toys. They just like make shit up that aren't even in the shows.
Yeah, even into the early 2000s, like I remember I had a Batman action figure and he was wearing like some medieval suit of armor or something like that. And I'm like, this isn't Batman, but I
Which
think
I'm
it's
sure
cool.
He did at some stage in one comic book, but they're not copying off that. They're just what do we have?
They had molds for Batman and a suit of armor.
There's only one thing that I really appreciate that kind of took advantage of that, and that is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Because they were just like, this is a ridiculous concept, but we're going to make $1 quadrillion off the fucking toys.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles toys fucking ripped. They were great.
Yeah, absolutely. And they did one for everything.
Yeah. I had the car from Men in Black, the movie, and like the wings would pop out of it and stuff. I love
Excellent stuff.
So the toy line that inspired the Secret Wars comic event did not sell exceptionally well.
Ironic.
However, the limited edition line of comics that it produced became the best-selling comic book series in 25 years. This inspired the idea of having all of Marvel's characters appear in an annual crossover event, and that is a tradition that Marvel Comics continues until this day, Connor.
So they did this, massive success, gangbusters. They're like, we're buying back the filing cabinets, lads.
Boys, get your files ready.
I know they've been sitting on the floor for the last year and a half.
They've been strewn about this Brooklyn apartment.
I'm going to get some cupboards.
So in terms of the plot of Secret Wars 1994...
Yeah, I noticed we haven't actually touched on the plot.
I thought it was important to emphasise that this is just to sell toys, as how this began. The Secret Wars event began in each individual hero's respective comic book, with all of the chosen heroes being called to a massive mechanical ring that mysteriously appeared in Central Park, and it instantly transports them to a location called Battle World when they step inside. The heroes are Captain America, Thor, Captain Marvel, Hawkeye, Iron Man, She-Hulk, the Wasp, Mr. Fantastic, The Thing, the Human Torch, Colossus, Cyclops, Nightcrawler, Professor X, Rogue, Storm, Wolverine, Lockheed, Magneto, Spider-Man, and the Hulk.
Right.
These are our heroes. You'll notice I put Magneto in the heroes category.
I was like, there's a major sneak in there.
There is a major sneak. So, basically, quick aside, in 1985, there was a Marvel event, or an X-Men event, called The Trial of Magneto, where Magneto expresses remorse for the harm he's done and he becomes a good guy. So they knew that was coming, and they wanted to sell Magneto in the series of you can play as a hero. So they put him on the heroes team in Secret Wars.
Interesting. Okay, fair enough.
So that's why he's there. It'll come up in the story as well. All of the heroes are unsure what brought them to this place. They then realise, however, that they are not alone. Because across the way, another construct appears, holding the Absorbing Man, Doctor Doom, Dr. Octopus, the Enchantress, Galactus, Kang, the Lizard, the Molecule Man, Ultron, also the Wrecker, Thunderball, Piledriver, and Bulldozer, the Wrecking Crew. We've talked about them a bit.
First of all, that's a major sneak.
Oh, buddy.
Major. I know the Wrecking Crew and their shit. But secondly, I was going to be like, the villain team seems really overpowered, but the good guys do have Spider-Man, Hulk, and Thor. So
yeah.
That's pretty good. And also, do they have Professor X?
Professor X is also, with the
and so, I mean, he could just turn them all, just make them all not want to be villains anymore.
But he could also decide not to.
But he could decide not to, because I don't know how they're going to get rid of that.
Free will and such.
Free will and stuff, and he just falls down.
So the villains are just as confused as the heroes as to what is going on. One thing that the heroes don't understand is why Magneto, whom they accuse of being a murderer, appeared in their area and not the villains. Magneto recently, I think he blew up a submarine. And he was like, yeah, but they were anti-mutants. They were going to kill all my people. And so the X-Men are like, hey, guys, he's out of line, but he's right.
I still don't think you can preemptively kill somebody. Were they in the submarine on their way to be like, this is our plan in the next 5 to 10 minutes to kill all the mutants, or in general, did they have a kill mutants vibe?
I think they had a kill mutants vibe.
That's a bit more of a grey area.
It is. It really is. The villains begin to bicker and fight with each other, as they do, and a fight breaks out. Ultron, who is comic book Ultron, and not, whatever he is in the movie,
James Spader,
tries to destroy them all. And after a suggestion from Doctor Doom, the Molecule Man, who has been reluctant to return to his villainous life because he went through therapy, he uses his control of molecules to throw Ultron against Galactus.
By the way, I have obviously heard the other Secret Wars, so I know Molecule Man could literally blow up the entire place.
Yes. Pay attention to that over the course of me
good stuff. If anyone hasn't heard that other one, maybe listen to that one as well, just so you're up to date.
Yeah, imagine a man who can just do anything.
He's a nuclear reactor.
Yes. So Molecule Man throws Ultron against Galactus. This finally gets the attention of Galactus, and all the villains are amazed when Galactus drains all of the energy from Ultron, then goes back to staring at the stars as if everyone is beneath him.
Well, to be fair, actually, question, how big is Galactus?
He's like 50 feet tall at this point.
He shouldn't be there.
Shouldn't be there. Shouldn't really be there.
How's he fitting in there?
Suddenly a bright light appears in space, and a voice announces who had summoned them all. It is the Beyonder. He tells them that he can do anything imaginable, and then orders them to battle each other, promising that the winning side would receive whatever they want. He would grant them a wish.
Right, okay.
So the heroes and villains are going to fight each other because the Beyonder wants to see it happen. Beyonder turns up in the other Secret Wars as well, because they gave him some backstory. In this, he is just a big voice in the sky, basically.
Just a big, like God.
Yeah.
Galactus, so the way they wrote the comic book was just God kidnaps all these people as like fight.
He is the kid smashing toys.
He's the kid smashing the toys together. Okay, fair enough.
So Galactus refuses to obey the voice and tries to fly towards the light to force the Beyonder to give him the power to remove his eternal hunger. So this is the thing with Galactus. He's like, I'm just hungry all the time. I want it to stop. Doctor Doom follows Galactus, hoping that if Galactus and the Beyonder battle and destroy each other, then he would have the opportunity to seize the Beyonder's power.
Of course.
Immediately off rip, Doctor Doom is doing this.
Immediately Doom is like, I'm running behind the tank into the war zone.
Yeah, and I'm going to pick up whatever's left.
Whatever's left.
Feeling the energy levels are too much to cope with, while Galactus continues to approach the bright light despite warnings from the Beyonder. Galactus eventually gets close enough. The light diminishes, throwing Doom and Galactus back to Earth. So the Beyonder, without throwing a punch, without doing anything, just ices Galactus immediately.
Just removes him. Now, to be fair, he does put him on Earth, which puts us in a bit of a bother.
No, well, sorry, I say Earth, back to Battleworld, back to the ground.
Fair enough.
So the two groups of fighters are now placed onto Battleworld in separate areas. Captain America orders the Avengers to form a circle so that they can be prepared for any attack from any direction. Mr. Fantastic stretches upward to scan the horizon for enemies, but finds no sign of them. The heroes again question why Magneto is on their side, after he caused the destruction of a submarine with the crew still aboard. And here's the answer. Magneto counters that they fired upon him first, and his actions were in his own defense. He accuses the other heroes of doing nothing to protect mutants against humans. Professor X and Cyclops try to assure the other heroes that while they may have fought Magneto themselves and don't condone his actions, they may need his help in the battle against the villains.
They're in a bit of a tricky situation because technically he's part of their crew, but they don't want them.
They don't want him there.
Like everybody's looking at them like, who invited this guy?
So an argument takes place and the Human Torch attempts to take Magneto out. Magneto retaliates because they're standing on metal, so he dislodges the ground beneath the group's feet, knocking them down. The X-Men again try to reason with the others to no avail. Magneto feels he is above most of the other heroes and uses his magnetism to fly away, rather than see his fellow mutants hurt in battle against their fellow heroes in his defense. So he's like, I'm not going to ask the rest of the mutants to stand up for me.
Yeah, I'm just going to leave.
I'm just going to leave, because I don't need anyone.
That's kind of heroic. He's going to be a hero next year, Sean.
He's got a weird nobility about him, doesn't he?
I'll give him a toy.
Give me 2 toys, fuck it. He is also included in the villain pack. I don't know if they fucked up.
One that's good, one that's evil.
So, after some slight disagreement, mostly from Wolverine, the heroes decide that Captain America should be the leader of their group. Because, of course.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Galactus and Doctor Doom are down on the planet's surface, after being blasted back by the powerful light from the Beyonder. Galactus is unconscious as Doctor Doom returns to the rest of the villains, where they nominate him as their leader.
I mean, firstly, he loves that shit.
Of course, and but also he expects that shit.
Obviously, I'm Doctor Doom. Do you know who I am?
The most capable of any.
You're all idiots.
You're like, if we go back, if we look at the team, and these are the people that say, "Hey, Doctor Doom, you be our leader," is Absorbing Man, Doc Ock, Enchantress, Kang, the Lizard, Molecule Man, the Wrecker. The Wrecker, Thunderball, Piledriver, and Bulldozer.
I'm not even going to talk about them.
They'll follow whoever.
There's no way that Doom doesn't just immediately look at them. You're out. But we're here. Stand to the side.
I feel like he throws him his car keys, like they're the valet or something.
He's like, you're all the personal assistants of everybody else here. Okay.
Yeah, you are bottom of the pecking order, my dude. So they elect Doom to be their leader. Doctor Doom tries to convince them to help him to steal the Beyonder's power instead of going along with the Beyonder's game. So he's like, instead of all of those villains trying to kill the heroes who we all try to kill anyway.
And we always lose.
Let's just go after the fucking guy who can grant wishes.
And then, guys, now hear me out. I'll take his power, and then I'll be God.
And don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But
Now, the next steps we're not going to get into. But if you help me become God, I may spare you when I decide to start killing.
But I need to say, I don't like any of you. I have to make that.
Especially the wrecking crew. Just I cannot say enough.
Just to say, wrecking crew.
You bastards.
So the villains think that Doom is simply afraid of playing the Beyonders game after being shot back down by the light.
Right.
Doom is disgusted at their simple minds. And after bringing down part of the base and using it to block the others in, he takes off in a vehicle to go and talk to Mr. Fantastic. Because Doom is like, there's only one person nearly as smart as me here.
I love how when he's surrounded by other people, he's like, I gotta go talk to that fucking dickhead Reid now because you're all so dumb.
You fucked my day so much, I now have to talk to Reid Richards.
I hate him so much.
My whole thing. Kang uses one of the weapons in the base and shoots down Doom's vehicle out of the sky. So the heroes see someone flying off in a little vehicle and see it get shot down, and they move in to investigate. They find Dr. Doom lying in the rubble. Captain America tries to help him to his feet, but Doom is unable to tolerate the heroes' pity and immediately attacks them.
It's not that he's like aggressive. It's not even that like he sees them as a threat. Do not help me. I am fine.
I don't need help.
I don't need you, of all people, Captain America.
So as this is happening, the villains get out of their base and they start making their way towards the crash site. And Iron Man warns the heroes that they are about to be attacked as the villains unleash the first assault of Secret Wars. And that is where we're going to end the episode for today, Connor.
Bit of a cliffhanger.
We had to get through the history of Mattel and Marvel and Jim Shooter being a homophobic prick. But that's the first issue.
Don't forget racist.
That is, well, look, there's no documented evidence. But that is the end. So the villain's about to attack. That is the end of the first issue of Secret Wars 1984.
Well done, Sean. It's a nice little setup. Now, I will say it's a lot more bare bones than the other one.
Yes, it isn't written. It's not narratively driven, I will say. It is.
No, it's written that like they're just there now. Okay, they're just gonna fight now.
They're all in a planet and they're all fighting.
Don't question it. It's fine.
Yeah, which is why I think Secret Wars 2015 is such a good interpretation of the concept. Because it is a study of Reid Richards versus Dr. Doom, is that story. Whereas this is who's most popular in Marvel at the moment, let's have them kick each other.
I mean, I think this could be set up to be atrociously bad.
Oh, Connor, I'm going to tell you. I need everyone to know for this story going in. It's not groundbreaking, okay?
I know people get like, isn't there like weird romance in this as well?
Yeah, there is some like Titania and the guy from the Wrecking Crew. What's his fucking name?
I can't believe what the Wrecking Crew get lucky.
The Titania and the Wrecker get together.
Of course, the fucking Wrecker gets.
Or maybe it's Thunderball. I can't remember. I haven't
hardly
read
know
up that far.
Fucking hell.
Gets around. A lot happens. A lot happens in these 12 issues, and most of it is just it's the 80s, and it's like, hey, this is the thing, and they'll just throw that in.
Sean, I think we're set up, so we'll have to come back. So this is part 1, and that's something to look forward to. Now I will have to do a report next week, but then the week after, Sean, you're back up.
Do you want to take issue 2? You can do that if you want.
I'll do issue 2, and I won't read it.
I suppose this is what
you just send me your report, and I'll read it.
So I just do work for 2 weeks.
you do really in-depth follow-up questions like, well, that's a great question. Just let me quickly just go to...
I'd recommend buying the trade paperback.
Can I just go to Microsoft Explorer? So look, if you enjoyed what you heard here, we've covered hundreds of other characters during all these episodes. We've also done the good Secret Wars, if you want to go check that one out.
That's all up as one episode as well.
It's all up as one episode as well. But other than that, Sean, people can kind of send in messages in terms of comments of characters they'd like us to cover, of course. But most importantly, you can just tell one human being that we exist.
Oh, just the one, please.
So I've been Conor Lawler.
And I've been Secret Sean.
And I shall see you all next week, guys. Bye.